Brooklyn, what's up?
What's
Welcome
up,
back.
Brooklyn and the world? We're back. It's been a long time.
It has been a minute.
It's been a
We've
while.
been busy.
Word.
Grinding.
Trying to make it happen. But
Absolutely.
we're back, and hey, man, let's kick it off. NBA playoffs.
NBA playoffs, man. It's the best time of the year.
Wow, man. Wish we could have got this in before all the game one, so we're going to make our predictions, but let's go series by series.
Sure.
Let's start with what?
With the East.
Toronto
Raptors.
and the Wizards.
I got the Raptors.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I got the Raptors. It was a good game one. Wizards was up at halftime. Toronto came back. You know, for me, man, we've been talking about it all year. I like Toronto. I respect Toronto, but I don't
Still
want
not
to hear
sold.
nothing from Toronto until they're like in the Eastern Finals.
You know what it is? It's Drake. I don't want Drake to I don't want Drake to have anything to brag about.
Yeah,
He's already got it all. He got
that will
the money,
suck.
the women. You know, you don't need Toronto.
That will
to win.
suck.
Yeah.
But for Toronto, it's all going to come down. Yo, the next round, well, let's not jump ahead, but
Right.
if they were to get by the Wizards, they play the winner of Cleveland and the Pacers. And Cleveland's been Toronto's kryptonite.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
until Toronto beats Cleveland, like I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah, it's like back in the day with, the Bulls trying to get past Cleveland, right?
Yep.
Like they could never, or the Pistons.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about the Cavs, Pacers. The Pacers pulled an upset on the Cavs.
Came out and smacked them.
Smacked them.
I like that. You know, I enjoyed seeing that. And I'm one who, all year long, I said Cleveland's going to be at the Eastern Finals. And one game doesn't change it for me. Pacers just kicked their ass.
Yeah.
One thing that's been interesting, though, man, Pacers have beaten them consistently
this
this
season.
So
I
it
think
could
it's a
just
tough
be a
matchup for
matchup
them.
thing, right?
Because you got Oladipo.
And Oladipo's
He's
balling.
balling.
This might be his coming out party,
Yeah.
man.
And they don't really have anybody who could guard him. Like, he's too quick for LeBron, and he got that outside, the three-point shooting, and nobody else on the team, can really match up with him.
The thing about yesterday's game, though, for me is Cleveland missed shots that they've been hitting
normally
all
hit.
year. So
Right.
it's really but that's when you're a jump shooting team and
You live and die
they're
by the jump
all
shoot.
about LeBron penetrating and setting
Dishing
people up.
off.
I think the interesting thing that's going to be seen from Cleveland is, for all the talk we did when they made those trades and got the new roster, a lot of those cats, this
haven't
their
stepped
first
up.
time.
Oh,
This
yeah, it's their first time.
in
Right,
the fire,
that's true.
man. So,
Yeah.
those shots in the regular season and the postseason,
I
they're
know.
the same shots,
See,
but the butthole is too
Now,
tight,
all of
bro.
a sudden, that rim seems real small.
So it's going to be interesting to see. But again, one game doesn't deter me from thinking that Cleveland is going to beat the Pacers.
Yeah. Interesting. Next game, we got the 76ers and the Heat. 76 came out and won. It was close for a while, but I think the combination of, Ben Simmons and Fultz kind of stepping up a little bit was just too much for the
JJ
Heat.
Redick too, man.
JJ Redick.
Redick
Yeah,
came up big,
those
man.
threes started dropping in the second half, and
Redick came up big.
the Heat just didn't have. I don't think the Heat have enough weapon for the Sixers.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's going to be a tighter series than people think, especially if Embiid doesn't come back. Miami,
Yeah, that's true.
Miami's got a little something, man.
Yeah.
That's the Phillies' first home playoff game in years. There was a lot of emotion, a lot
of
of
hype.
excitement. So they did what they should have done. I think Philly's going to win this series, but I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk. I could see that series.
How many
going
games do you
6.
think? I think 6. Yeah, I was about
Maybe
to say
even
6.
7. I could see it going 7. Miami, man. Miami's...
You
They've
know.
been sneaky good this year.
Yeah, they have.
And when they go back home,
And you have a battle-tested veteran with Dwayne Wade. You can never count that out.
and that
presence.
whole coaching staff, man.
Yeah.
They've done
They've
this.
been there before.
It's going to be a good series. And B coming back would change it for me.
Right.
But if it's just like this, I see Miami making...
And now, when's he due back?
Well, they said he's definitely not playing Game 1. He didn't play Game 1, and I don't think he's going to play Game 2. So maybe somewhere Game 3,
4.
Yeah. But, if they go up 2-0, maybe they
They don't bring
think
him back,
about,
just let him rest him. Yeah.
until the next series.
No need to rush him back.
but we'll see what happens. Everyone's getting hyped on Philly, man. Philly's like too hyped right now, and what I mean is not just the Sixers, like
The city.
Philly won the Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl.
Villanova
Right.
won the championship. You know, the NCAA. Everyone now is like Philly's going to the finals. I'm like,
You know, the Phillies have been good the last couple of years. Philly's feeling themselves right now.
Yeah. To me, again, looking ahead, next, if Philly gets by the Heat, it's going to be interesting to see them play the Celtics-Bucks winner, who is the next game, man. That game was sick.
That game was great. I didn't expect the Celtics to win. I thought without my man Irvin that it was going to be more of a challenge. But, you know, the Celtics always have played good defense, and they got some people who really stepped up, like Tatum played huge.
Tatum's been balling.
Oh,
Rozier
yeah.
played
Rozier.
good. Yo, the thing about Boston, again, I don't think they're going far without Kyrie, but who the hell is Milwaukee, man?
Right,
You
that's
know,
true.
Milwaukee
I mean, they got
hasn't done
one. They
nothing.
got one
Yeah.
bona fide star.
And that
And
game
some
was
other
at
people.
Boston.
Yeah,
It's just
that's true.
hard to act like
That first
a
game-
Milwaukee team who's not been in the
Battle tested it all.
is
It's
going
going to come out.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I say that, Milwaukee
It
had
was
a
still
chance
close.
to win.
Right.
Game went to overtime.
Yeah.
But I think
That's
it's going to
gonna be a good
competitive
series.
But who you think comes out of that?
I think it's close. Sentimentally, I'm going with the Bucks, but I still think the Celtics might have too much depth for them. You know, and I think it all depends on how the other players step up. You know, Giannis is going to get his, but he needs some help from some other people. Like
Chris Middleton came up big.
Yeah,
in this
Chris
game.
Middleton, Malcolm Brogdon, I think needs to continue to be steady. But you know, if they don't come through this year, I expect big things from the Bucks in the future. Just because it's a young team and they have, you know, this is going to be a proving ground for them. So if they're competitive now, you just got to watch out for them next season.
No doubt. Next is the West, baby.
West.
The powerhouse side of the bracket, man.
Yeah,
Let's start with the Rockets, man. I watched that whole game last night.
that was a good game.
Interesting, man.
It was
Harden
close.
did what he's been doing all year.
Oh yeah,
Yo, he
he's
can't be
unstoppable.
stopped, man.
He's unstoppable.
In the last 3-4 minutes, man,
You know he's going to get the ball.
there's nothing
like-
you can do.
You can't get the ball out of his hand. His handle is nice. It's not like flashy. He's just strong. You can't stop him.
Why was that game so tight then? You know, with Harden dropping 44 and playing like a superstar, you would think that
That it
Houston
would've
would
been-
have
that
won
would-
handily.
Yeah.
But I mean, that game
I mean, the
was there
Timberwolves
for the
were in it
taking.
until towards the end, right? Like they still had a
Even at
chance.
the end, yeah. What's his name, man? Not Jimmy Butler, young boy.
Not Carl Anthony.
Well, him, we can speak. Man,
Yeah.
he only had 8
Nine
points. man.
shots. Yeah, 9 shots.
He
Nah.
seemed like he didn't want
He was
no
scared.
part of it. Oh, Wiggins.
Wiggins.
Wiggins was out of control at the
Yeah,
end
he
of
was.
the game, man.
You know,
He was out of control, man. There was a time where they were down 2 or 3 with under a minute left. He had the ball. He went coast to coast and like just did this crazy wild layup.
yeah.
Yo.
You know, I've expected better from him
Yeah.
to this point. Like
So have I.
he
Number
came
1
out,
pick, man. And
he
he's
just
improved.
He's improved,
But
this
he's
is
not
his,
taking
fourth
that,
year, third
that
year.
like really next crazy
Right.
step.
I mean, there have been rookies this year who show more potential than he has.
Agreed.
I think he's on that bubble. You know, he might need to really take some time to work on his game or get a mentor. Right?
But it's funny, man, because, you know, last year was like the end of his 3rd or 4th year, and they signed him to a big extension. So
Right.
they're locked
They're
in with
committed.
him.
Yeah.
They're locked in with him. But interesting to
Did
see.
you watch the TNT post-game show? Charles asked that question, who's the better one-on-one scorer? He said Michael, Kobe, Harden, and then he had someone else. And he posed that to, you know, Ernie and Shaq and Kenny. And, you know, his opinion was that one-on-one, like there were other people who had better games all around.
Right.
But he's like one-on-one, he's like one of his top 5 scorers of
Who?
all time, Harden.
Mhm.
Because, you know,
I think, again, man, I'm not taking... This is one of those cases of us living in the moment, man.
I know.
That's because of the past 2 years how nice Harden's been.
Right.
I don't know if I'm ready to say all time
No.
that he's.
No.
I don't know.
If
Out
he
of
keeps
those
playing,
names, man,
like,
Kobe. Do you remember Kobe 101,
Kobe.
man?
Oh yeah.
Like
Kobe. I mean, that's what Kenny was like. Look, Kobe scored 81 points, right? Kenny was like, take Michael out the equation, right? You can't even include him in there.
who can stop him?
Yeah,
Nobody
when he
can.
won it, because he had that jumper too.
Nobody
like,
can stop him, man.
Yeah, crazy.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
But
Wait.
I think we're drinking the Kool-Aid, adding Harden to that mix. So
I know
that's
it might be too early.
Yeah.
The other game, Thunder Jazz
Yo, I've been saying it all year, man. OKC's gonna be a problem in the
playoffs.
postseason,
Yeah.
man. And
They
you know,
were.
everyone's been drinking that Utah Kool-Aid. And again, it's only game one, so we have
Right.
no idea. But OKC, I like the way they looked. If Paul George is gonna play at
like
that
that.
level, that's all the help Westbrook's gonna need.
I know, and all you need is 15, 16 points from Melo.
And he did that.
And he did that.
Yeah.
Grab 8 rebounds.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know, everyone has all year has been talking about how OKC has underachieved, and hey, man, they're the 4 seed.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I mean,
In
and
a
again, they
tough
have
conference.
underachieved. Like they went through their trying to figure
Right.
it out phase. But
Especially
with
in the
all
beginning,
that
they had
said,
that. Yeah,
they're the
still in the
4
mix.
seed, man. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, because if they advance, they play Houston
Right.
in the
That-
next round.
And that's a good matchup.
Wow.
Did
Next
you see
series.
Russell's outfit after the game?
No, I did.
You got to Google it.
I did.
Rose-colored glasses, suit with no shirt,
I did not see
powder
it.
blue.
But there's an article, you can still see it. If you go to ESPN.com and scroll down, there's this feature on Russell. And when you click on it, they show you every outfit he wore for all 82 games.
And I'm sure he never
Every
repeated.
outfit.
Yeah.
So check that out.
I know his closet's got to be
that's
crazy.
Good. That's good. What else in the West? Blazers, Pelicans.
Blazers, Pelicans.
Yo, man, I think we talked about this last week, not on air. I like the
Anthony
Pelicans.
Davis. Yeah,
I
me
like
too.
the Pelicans to upset them in this round.
Yeah, Damian Lillard is balling. I just don't think he has he doesn't have the support. And Anthony Davis is a beast. 6'11", long wingspan, can shoot.
We've
handle
been
the
saying
ball.
this for 3-4 years, and he had a couple of injury-riddled
Right.
years. But about 2 years ago, everyone was saying he was the next coming.
Right.
Like LeBron was passing the torch to him.
yeah.
So he's starting to show improvement. I'm interested to see the rest of the series. And I'm not counting the Blazers out yet.
No,
But
I think it's going to be competitive. But I think Pelicans in 5 or 6.
wow, in 5.
Yeah, I think maybe in 5.
Wow. Okay, we'll see what happens.
The other game, Thunder Jazz.
Yo, I've been saying it all year, man. OKC's going to be a problem in the
playoffs.
postseason,
Yeah.
man. And,
They
know,
were.
everyone's been drinking that Utah Kool-Aid. And again, it's only game one, so we have
Right.
no idea. But OKC, I like the way they looked. If Paul George is going to play at
like
that
that.
level, that's all the help Westbrook's going to need.
I know. And all you need is, 15, 16 points from Melo.
And he did that.
And he did that.
Yeah.
Grab 8 rebounds.
Yeah.
That's it.
Everyone has all year has been talking about how OKC has underachieved, and hey, man, they're the 4 seed.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I mean,
In
and
a
again, they
tough
have
conference.
underachieved. Like they went through their trying to figure
Right.
it out phase. But
Especially
with
in the
all
beginning,
that
they had
said,
that. Yeah,
they're the
still in the
4
mix.
seed, man. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, because if they advance, they play Houston
Right.
in the
That-
next round.
And that's a good matchup.
Wow.
Did
Next
you see
series.
Russell's outfit after the game?
No, I did.
You got to Google it.
I did.
Rose-colored glasses, suit with no shirt,
I did not see
powder
it.
blue.
But there's an article, you can still see it. If you go to ESPN.com and scroll down, there's this feature on Russell. And when you click on it, they show you every outfit he wore for all 82 games.
And I'm sure he never
Every
repeated.
outfit.
Yeah.
So check that out.
I know his closet's got to be
That's
crazy.
Good. That's good. What else in the West? Blazers, Pelicans.
Blazers, Pelicans.
Yo, man, I think we talked about this last week, not on air. I like the
Anthony
Pelicans.
Davis. Yeah,
I
me
like
too.
the Pelicans to upset them in this round.
Yeah, Damian Lillard is balling. I just don't think he has he doesn't have the support. And Anthony Davis is a beast. 6'11", long wingspan, can shoot.
We've been saying this for 3-4 years, and he had a couple of injury-riddled
Right.
years. But about 2 years ago, everyone was saying he was the next coming.
Right.
Like LeBron was passing the torch to him.
Yeah.
So he's starting to show improvement, man. I'm interested to see the rest of the series. And I'm not counting the Blazers out yet.
No.
But
I think it's going to be competitive, but I think Pelicans in 5 or 6.
Wow, in 5.
Yeah, I think maybe in 5.
Wow. Okay. We'll see what happens. Finally, last one in the West, the Warriors.
The Warriors and the Spurs. Sweep, I think.
I mean, even if it's not a sweep, 4-1.
Maybe 4-1.
But my point is, the Spurs without Kawhi, like, no one thought that was going to be.
No.
I think what's interesting is everyone said, and admittedly so, Golden State last, 16, 17 games, they just didn't play good. They looked disinterested. They were 7-9.
They were bored.
But my point has been, I've been saying this all year, go back to the tape, people. Golden State, to me, is coming out the West. If they're healthy, if Curry comes back and he's regular,
right.
I got them coming out the West. Yeah. I don't care. Like, the regular season was boring to them, especially by the last 15
when they knew they were
20
already
games.
right.
They were locked into the 2 seed. And it's not always safe to do that where you can turn on a switch, but
right.
when a team's been to 3 straight finals.
And they did have some injuries. I don't know if they're the same team as they used to be. I don't know if their bench is still as strong. It's still strong, though. So, Iguodala, Livingston, they also got some role players who just come off the bench and play defense or whatever. So, they'll definitely be, I see them coming out the West.
I just want to fast forward to the finals, man. The Western Finals,
right.
Houston, Golden State. And let's put it to rest.
Right.
Let's see.
So you're counting out OKC. You say Houston beats OKC.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a nice second round matchup.
Right.
I think OKC is going to give them a scare, but yeah, I think Houston should win that.
So is Kawhi with the Spurs next year? You think they deal him?
This is going to be interesting because he's up for that big deal, right?
Right.
Like, if they offer him that, 5-year, 214, like, is he really going to turn that down? I guess the question for me is it a slam dunk that they're going to offer him that?
Right.
But they're not going to let him walk.
And what's going on with his injury
nothing.
and has that relationship between him and Pop just gotten so bad? You really don't know what the real story is, but it's just weird that he has been out for so long, and there's no real clarity about what the issue is right now.
It's also weird to see this sort of thing go on with the Spurs. Like, Pop
normally has everything under
deal
control
with this, So that's what's interesting, and it seems like up until this incident this year, Kawhi was like the perfect Spur teammate, never about trouble. Like, it just seems really uncommon for him
that all of a sudden
to
he
even
just
be caught up in this. But something's definitely going on, and it's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, if they offer him that max contract, it'd be hard for me to see him turning it down. But who's to say they can't get a good offer for him? I mean,
he may be one of those guys where he has so much money banked already that extra whatever, tens of millions of dollars may not make a big difference to him.
I could see something.
And what's
like
interesting
that as well.
remember we used to say we never heard him talk. All of a sudden he's in a couple commercials, and now he's like, I'm not going to be a typical Spur anymore, right? Like someone whispering in his ear.
Yeah.
Like, go somewhere else. You could get paid.
Something's definitely up.
Yeah.
Something's definitely up. It's going to be interesting to see.
So, bold prediction. You said you got some bold predictions for the...
Well, I got the Pelicans beating the Blazers. No real bold predictions in the West. On the East, my bold prediction is that the 76ers will be in the Eastern Conference Finals. not the finals.
Right.
The Eastern Conference finals. Playing either Toronto or Cleveland. In the Eastern Finals.
I got Toronto and the 76ers in the finals.
So you definitely have Toronto beating the Cavs. Or, hey, do you even have the Cavs beating the Pacers? Do you have them escaping round one?
I'm going to say that Pacers beat the Cavs.
Well, that's the boldest prediction.
That's the boldest prediction. My favorite, I think, if Embiid comes back, is the 76ers.
In the East?
In the East.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't buy into I just think it's hard for a team that 2 years ago won 10 games, a team that hasn't made the playoffs in 6 years.
Right.
No matter how talented they are, that you
Be
go from
overwhelmed.
that to the finals.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
that's a big step.
Those usually don't happen like that.
I just don't think that, I don't see the Cavs coming out. I just don't think that they have the chemistry. I'm not even going to say the talent. I just don't think they have the chemistry. I think it's LeBron relying on everybody else to hit their shots. We know J.R. Smith is up and down. Who else do they really have?
You don't think Bron can just do it himself? Like, just put him on his back and just...
I think he's been able to do that in the past. I just don't know if he could keep doing that. Like, because now everybody else has gotten better. Like, they were always so much better than everybody else. You know, before he had Kyrie, before he had Dwayne Wade, whoever. Now it's him and a bunch of other people, right? He's got all these role players that they traded for.
You don't say Kevin Love is a bona fide number 2 all-star?
Maybe if he gets hot and he grabs some rebounds, but he can't defend anybody, right? And I think that's his liability, is that, you know, I just think against the 76ers with the way Ben Simmons' game is, and, you know, the playoffs usually slow down to a half-court game a little bit.
Right.
I think his size and his ball-handling ability is an X factor, right? That he can succeed in that kind of half-court offense. And although he's kind of like a rookie, it's really his second year, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, I think that they have enough depth to challenge the Cavs.
You heard it here first. Smoove says the Cavs going down in round 1, and even if they don't, Philly's going to the finals.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
That's it for the NBA for now. We'll see what's up next
week. Big week. We got some games tonight, right?
Yeah.
The Cavs play tonight.
Game 2. I'm not sure if they... I know Philly plays tonight.
Philly plays
tonight. And then tomorrow's like 3 games. So.
Nice.
Cool. What's next?
NFL draft. Nothing new, right?
About a week away, man.
Waiting to see what happens.
These quarterbacks, man. What the hell's going to happen? Yo, here's my question, man, to a Giant fan. So, Cleveland, I'm going to give you 2 scenarios.
Right. Cleveland
takes Josh Allen, number 1. Not Sam Darnold, who is supposedly the, prohibitive top-rated quarterback. Like the surest thing, supposedly Sam Darnold. Let's say Cleveland takes Josh Allen. The Giants are sitting there at number 2. Now it's not just should they take Barkley because Cleveland is taking Sam Darnold.
Right.
Now Sam Darnold, the top-rated quarterback, is there. Do you take Sam Darnold as your quarterback and plan for the future, or do you take Saquon Barkley or Bradley Chubb? 2 positions of need for the Giants and 2 arguably top players.
I take Barkley. And I just think the success of picking quarterbacks is so shaky, right? That transition from college to the pros, I think, for quarterbacks is far greater than for a running back who got the skills that Barkley has. So I just think he's a sure thing. Now, they need a quarterback too, but if they think that David Webb, or whatever his name is going to be Eli's replacement, then you can always trade for a quarterback. But you can get a decent quarterback and make him good by having Barkley.
What if you think, and a lot of people think, that Sam Darnold is the next great quarterback? Like, can you afford to pass? Of course it's a risk and there's no guarantees.
No.
But can you afford on possibly getting the next great quarterback that'll be there for 10, 12 more years? My thing with the Giant fans, what I don't understand, why is everyone acting like Eli is who you want for 2-3 more years? Like,
right.
and again, I'm pro Saquon Barkley, and I think that would be the move. But I'm just surprised that more Giant fans aren't interested in possibly securing the next quarterback. But again, you have to think and believe that that quarterback is that, and maybe that's the case.
Yeah.
You know, maybe no one really thinks that any of these guys are.
I think the Giants' philosophy for quarterbacks is the quarterback is a game manager, right? If you look at their history, all their quarterbacks haven't been great quarterbacks, you know, in the traditional sense.
And hey, man, as far as the Jets go, we're gonna sit there at 3. We're gonna take a quarterback, and he's gonna be a bum. So there you have it, man. You know, whichever one we take is not gonna be the right one. And if we pass on Baker Mayfield,
he'll be great.
Baker will be great. We take Baker, he'll be too short. You know,
30 touchdowns first season.
I'm just disgusted. I'm actually gonna make plans for the night of the draft to not even watch it, man. So there you have it. Enough of the draft.
What else in football? We had some moves this week. Dez Bryant got cut. I kind of saw that coming.
Look, man, I still respect Dez as a player. You cannot have Dez at that salary that he was due to
$12 million.
12 and a half, 16 total against the cap. What is surprising to me, the only thing surprising to me is if reports are true, they didn't even say, hey, we'll give you $8 million.
Right,
like,
give him a
there
chance
was no negotiation to take a lower salary.
Right.
They just cut him, which tells me that
there's some other stuff going on.
And they plan to cut him all along.
Yeah.
You know.
And his production has been down. Like, he's been injured. His production has been down a little bit. So
again, I get it.
Look at that production versus the cost.
But I'm just surprised that they didn't give him a chance just to stay at a lower number, a 1-year prove-it deal. You see a lot of guys, especially in the NFL, they take low money for 1 year, and then try and ball out.
And he's 29. I mean, he's still got a lot of time left.
So interesting. Where does he wind up?
Who needs him? Everybody needs a good wide receiver.
He claims he wants to stay in the division, so I mean he doesn't control that, but
or the Redskins.
Yeah, he clearly is hurt and he wants to play twice a year. So
let me show you what you passed on.
It's gonna be interesting to see, man.
What's up, BK? That's our show.
Peace, BK. See you next week.
Stuff to talk about. NBA playoffs.
Check us out. YouTube.
Peace.